Hey everyone, for this week we're going to be looking at two sources. These sources are going to cover and analyze the Marquis de Lafayette's farewell tour of America in 1824 and 1825. So while most Americans recognize Lafayette as a hero of the New World, of the American Revolution, historians continue to study his return to the United States because it reveals important insights about our national memory as well as our identity in this early republic. So some historical background before discussing the scholarship. And as I've already mentioned, you may already, of course, know, Lafayette was a French nobleman who volunteered to fight alongside the American cause during the Revolutionary War and became one of George Washington's closest associates. So nearly 50 years later, President James Monroe and Congress invited him back to the United States as the nation's guest. During a 13-month journey, Lafayette visited all 24 states, as you can see right here on the right side, in the Union, and was greeted by large crowds, parades, speeches, and public celebrations. And this is an awesome map. It's an interactive map that you can go and find this at thelafayettetrail.org, and it's going to show all of his stops and his journey throughout the states that he visited. All right, so the first source I examined was Julian P. Eicher's article in memorializing the General's Tour in New Hampshire, published in the peer-reviewed journal Historical New Hampshire in 2018. So Eicher focuses less on the events of the tour itself and more on how Americans remembered Lafayette after his visit. His research examines monuments, historical markers, place names, and local traditions that developed around Lafayette's journey through New Hampshire. According to Eicher, Lafayette's significance extended well beyond 1825 because communities continued preserving his memory for generations. His article demonstrates how public memory can shape historical understanding long after an event has occurred. And you can find these markers throughout that trail, that pathway that Lafayette took as he toured those 24 states. All right, so the second source that I looked at was Mark H. Miller's dissertation, Lafayette's Farewell Tour of America, 1824 to 25, a study of the pageantry and public portraiture. Miller completed this doctoral dissertation at New York University in 1979. So unlike Eicher, Miller focuses on the tour itself and examines elaborate ceremonies, speeches, public celebrations, and visual representations that accompany Lafayette's travels. He argued that Americans used the tour as an opportunity to celebrate the revolutionary generation and reinforce a shared national identity. Miller's work highlights the role that public pageantry and symbolism played in shaping how Americans understood both Lafayette and the nation's founding. So when you compare these two sources, although these scholars approach the topic differently, their conclusions complement each other. So Miller's focuses on how Americans celebrated Lafayette during the tour, while Eicher focuses on how Americans remembered him afterwards. One scholar is primarily interested in the creation of public memory, while the other is interested in the public ceremonies and symbolism that helped create that memory in the first place. So together, these two works demonstrate that Lafayette's farewell tour was more than just a simple reunion between an aging Revolutionary War hero and the American people of that time. It became an important moment in the creation of American historical memory. So in conclusion, overall, these sources reveal how public celebrations, commemorations, and historical memory contributed to the development of American national identity during the early 19th century. And here are my sources for this week. And I look forward to watching your responses and replying. God bless you all. Thank you so much and have a great week.